good day. So today we're on the rear end putting the Shackle kit on. So yeah, swing you around, show you what we got. So you have the Shackle kit, that's where I brought them from. Rear shock absorbers, anti-roll bulb, and the spacers, well, centralizing plates. Just come with instructions as well. The centralizing plates, they were off eBay. They was from there. They're from Euro Carparts, and they I bought second hand off Facebook. Really should have brought new, but hey, never mind. Probably going to regret it and buy new anyway. But yeah, so the van's jacked up on axles. So all you're going to need for this is 18mm socket, spanner, bracer bar, and I think it's 21mm for the top bolt on the shock absorber. You can see my shock absorbers are knackered, so there's my anti-roll bar. So yes, I thought I'd replace them. So yeah, the idea is to put a spring from the top to the bottom, what in turn brings these wheels up. So yeah, let's get started. So first things first is I'll undo this back bolt here, then I'll undo these and undo that front one. So I'll give all the threads a good clean, some penetrating oil on all of them, don't get them cracked open. So what I decided to do is clean all the threads, give it a load of penetrating oil. While I was waiting for this, I thought I'd take the shock absorber off. As you watch plenty of the videos and that, they all say the rear shock's a bitch to get off, the hardest part, 21mm. To be fair, I've had a lot worse trying to get in to get them off. Top one's 21mm, top bolt. The bottom one here, 2/18s, and the top one, they're not going to be able to see. Where are you? Around here somewhere is 21mm. As you can see here, I had to bend this over slightly to get my spanner on. So 21mm spanner, ring spanner. You see how it bends in like that? That's the way I put it on, because if you do it that way, everything seems to be in the way. So I did it that way, wheeled it on, so I got a good connection on it, put all my weight on it to release it, and soon a couple of turns with the spanner, come off by hand. So yeah, bonus really. So that's off. I think the next thing I'm going to try and do is take this rod off here, because this back bolt looks like it's going to be a bastard to do, so everything's in the way. So yeah, I think I'm going to crack out in these, get this anti-roll bar off as well. So yeah, so I might take that off and put the new one on. Not sure yet. I might put the new one on before I start taking any of these off. At least then I know it's going to hold it into place a bit. So yeah, we'll give that a go. We'll crack this off next. So yeah, let's get on with it. So this anti-roll bar, I've had to undo it at the top up here, 18mm. To use a spanner, start the same with the shock, have it bent this way, bend this plate over a bit to get it off. Then, because my Allen key hole at the back just threaded out, man, first turn, so I've had to pull the bar off the knuckle, put some mole grips on it, pull it tight to undo this bolt. As you can see, yeah, so I've just pulled it off just so I could get some mole grips on it. Now it's firstly off. So yeah, that's two bits off. So what I've done is I've bolted the top up. That's nice and tight there. This will just come off and I need to lower, well, jack it up or lower it. So that's shock absorbers, not tight but it's on. I just need to tighten it up. So yeah, when I connect back onto the bottom, so that's the other shock absorber on, so they're on. So next thing is, let's get this leaf spring off. Well, next thing is, let's get the jack underneath this back axle this side. So that's that all taken off. The front one is virtually off, just need to pull the bolt out. Same with the back, just need to pull the bolt out, it's all loose. So I'm going to drop this front so that back will swing back enough so I can get that bolt there in that hole there, so I can pull it out. It's all loose, not, but I need to pull it out. So yeah, I'll lower this down a bit. I'll pull that bolt out at the front. This should swing back enough to pull this into that hole there, get that bolt out. So it's off. I say I pulled the bolt out the front. Then what I had to do, get a lump hammer and just hit underneath, just so it come out of this pin, so I could move it back, so I could get that bolt into that hole at the back. So that's off. So I'm going to give this a nice clean up, work out how to put it back together. Here's all my new bits for this side. So yeah, let's get it done. So this is where I am at the moment. Put the back hangers on. Right, these back hangers, I bow in or bow out. I put mine bowing in, just loosely on the top, so they move. Put the bolt through here. So yeah, there's that. So I'm going to put the bolt through the front now, then assemble all this up. I might turn the bolts upside down, put these going up through the top, because then I can cut them down. As for some reason I've got one longer bolt than the other, and I don't know why. So yeah, there's that. Let's get the bolt in the other side. Right, so I've got it hanging from the front and the rear. Jacked up my axle, put the plate on here. Now I'm going to put centralizing plate on. So the silver scrub there goes in the hole on your leaf spring. So it wants to go that way. So that Allen key bolt bit goes towards the back, and that scrub bit goes towards the front. So I'll slide this in here. Try and find the hole. Come on, get in. So yeah, that's that in there. So like I say, the scrub bit, the little silver one, goes towards the front of your vehicle into the hole, and this Allen key black one goes towards the rear. Now I'm going to locate that into the hole at that top right here. Oh, this needs moving forward. Come on, there we go. That's that. So just gonna wrestle it, get it, so it's like that. And all we're doing now, put this bottom plate on, like that, and tighten it all up. And we should be good. And I should centralise this wheel in the arch. So yeah, that's how that goes. So yeah, I'm just gonna line it up, push them bolts all the way through and bolt that bottom plate on. As you see, the holes in the bottom, so you don't need out sticking through there, it just bolts up tight against it. So yeah, there we go. So I'll get this tightened up. Yeah, so everything's bolted on loosely, shock's just on loosely. That needs tightening up when it's back on its wheels. So when you got everything on loosely, or your bolts and nuts are on loosely, what you want to do is mark the centre of here. That's the centre of my hub here, and I've measured from this screw here with a measuring tape to the centre of there, and done exactly the same on the other side. Mine's 36 centimetres from there to there, to that centre. Done exactly the same on the other side, then tightened these nuts up here. You do have a few mil play, especially with this centralising plate. So yeah, make sure you get that bang on, or your wheel won't be centralised, or your axle won't be centralised. So that's what I've done to centralise my axle, marking the centre here, measure from there to there, done exactly the same on the other side to make sure my axle is bang on centralised straight across. Then I've tightened both sides up, tighten both of them up. After I tighten them both up, come back, check again, make sure. If not, just loosen the nuts slightly and just tap them with an hammer just to line them up. What you want to do is just tap here or the other side just to line them up. So yeah, mine's 36 centimetres from that screw there to my centre, and done exactly the same on the other side. So now that's done, I'll tighten this front leaf spring nut, tighten the back on there. So what I've done is I've gone 2 holes up on the rear. So yeah, let me just get it tightened up and I'll show you. So that's the front tighten. All this is tightened up. Like I said, I tightened all this up first, both sides, measured from that screw to there, to the centre of my hum, both sides, to make sure my axle is level. Then I've gone 3 holes up, because I've gone I think it's 50-60 mil drop on the front. I don't want the back to be too low, so I've gone 3 holes up, tighten this up, done exactly the same on the other side. So everything's tightened up except the shock absorbers. The shock absorbers are just loose on there at the minute. So next thing to do now is put my wheels on. I'm going to put a block underneath my wheels so I can lower the car onto my block and tighten up my shock absorbers. So I can just go underneath to tighten them up. Just so I know them shock absorbers are in the right place when I tighten them up, because you don't want to tighten them up now rather than like that, because then when your van comes down, twist your axle slightly, so it will bend your shock, so you'll get knocks and bangs and all that crap, and you'll wear them back shocks out pretty quick. So yeah, I'll do that, then I'll drop it on the floor, then I'll be back. You know, so everything it's pretty simple really. Like I say, I'll leave the links to where I got the Shackle kit from and the centralising plate. With some centralising plates, they come exactly with all your little nipples and everything on, so you wouldn't have to do this marking, but I would suggest checking anyway to make sure, because the last thing you want to do is tighten everything, drop your wheels on and realise one of your wheels are off or your axle's twisted a bit, because you'll be crabbing down the road and your tyres will wear down pretty quick. So yeah, that's all I've done, centralised it. So what I'm going to do now is put wheels on, put a block underneath my wheels so I can get underneath to tighten up the shocks, and I'll put it on the floor. So there we go, sat back on the ground. Actually I didn't want it too low on the back, because the back front's not low enough. and when you pull off anyway, back ends in the dip. But yeah, same amount of gap all the way around. So yeah, I know them are now centralised. So there we go, that's a rear axle flip, centralising plates. I am tempted to do coilovers in the future on the front, so I get that front end lower, but it definitely looks a hell of a lot better now. It don't look like a van's had a baby with a Jeep. Actually looks alright, looks level. I've had to cut the rubbers a bit as well, just so there's no touching. So yeah, there's that. So I hope this has helped you out. Any questions, please drop us a comment down below. Like I say, make sure you get that back axle centralised. Just use a bit of tape measure, mark centre of your hub. I just use that screw on my seal, just so I got a rough guide where it needs to be centralised to. So yeah, there we go, the van's been leveled. And what else have I got for the van? I've got a sun strip to go on. I don't know if I'll film that, because if you can't do a windscreen strip, you ain't doing anything else. So yeah, easy enough to do. There's plenty of videos show you how to do a sun strip. Rear spoiler I need to put on, that needs to be sprayed and put on, drill some new fresh holes. I'm looking at getting some sidebars as well for it, black ones. So yeah, there we go, that's it for today. Any questions, please drop a comment down below. See you next time, stay safe.